Today I'm going to be talking about the Nature Conservancy. Imagine a lush environment filled with all different species of animals, all living together in a thriving ecosystem. This is the world that the Nature Conservancy is trying to preserve and protect. Approximately 30,000 species per year, that's 3 every hour, are being driven towards extinction. 80% of these cases are because of the loss of the animals' habitats and extinct animals and things like that. So what exactly is the Nature Conservancy? The Nature Conservancy is a nonprofit organization whose mission is to preserve the plants, animals, and natural communities that represent the diversity of life on Earth by protecting the lands and waters that they need to survive, by protecting the environments that they need to survive. So what is some of the background of the Nature Conservancy? The Nature Conservancy was founded in 1951. It is one of the most effective and important environmental organizations in the world. It has more than 1 million members, over 400 scientists, and it's active in 72 countries. So, what exactly does it do? The Nature Conservancy targets different ecosystems to protect and preserve the animals and the plants that live there. So one example of what the Nature Conservancy has done is in Central America. The forest in Belize is one of the places that the Nature Conservancy is working to protect and conserve. Basically, the trees and the forests are slowly receding because it's being used for logging and burning and things like that. It is known as a last chance ecosystem. A last chance ecosystem is basically a place that is on the brink of extinction. So the Nature Conservancy purchased millions of acres to preserve the forests in Belize. Now, 1/10 of the area in Belize is safe from extinction, and it is one of the most biodiverse forests in the world. It has rangers to protect the forests and keep them safe, and it is working to preserve that as well. So what are some of the areas that the Nature Conservancy works in? It works in evidence-based science. Basically, that is works that are grounded in science. The Nature Conservancy hires many different scientists that work around the clock to supply the company with reliable data and resources to ensure that they are making serious progress. They also work to drive policy, to basically show policymakers how nature can be used to affect different issues like climate change and things like that across the board. The Nature Conservancy also works with companies, so that's informing businesses how they can change their practices to a more sustainable and climate-friendly process. They also connect companies and consumers with the conservation mission through cause marketing. The Nature Conservancy also partners with different indigenous organizations and local communities to basically connect with these people to get an inside voice from the community and to reach out on how to complete the mission in that specific area. They amplify the community involvement and leadership within the project and supporting their vision regarding the land. They also create new technology and innovation by creating and designing more sustainable technology and creating more earth-friendly technology. So that goes hand in hand with working with the companies to become more environmentally aware, to create more sustainable practices for the companies. They also work in finance and investing. So that is budgeting to help support the goal of saving endangered environments and ecosystems. That's fundraising, unlocking new sources of income to be able to scale up the work done rather than the amount of work that was previously done. So that goes along with the companies in creating policies because they all work together to be able to create a more sustainable and eco-friendly environment for the future. And the Nature Conservancy also provides education resources. So basically they educate all ages about what the Nature Conservancy does and how it has helped so far and what its goals are for the future. They created the Nature Lab, and that's basically a resource for youth to be able to learn more about nature and what keeps everything running smoothly and properly and the environments and things like that. So, what has been done recently by the Nature Conservancy? The Nature Conservancy has developed a forest program to help reduce carbon emissions and to revitalize the forests around the world. They are working on renewable energy for the future, so that's things like solar panels and the windmills and things like that. They are currently working with a multi-billion-dollar company to work on saving the tuna in the ocean. That's something that they're doing. They're also working in the forests in Africa to save them from climate change and deforestation, as you can see there. They are also, actually Africa contains 1/5 of the world's forests, but they're quickly disappearing. So they're working to save the forests in Africa. They're also working to preserve the Amazon, and they're working within the food industry to help increase sustainability and become more environmentally aware. They are also informing the public about the environmental crisis and giving them resources to be able to combat it. So what are some animals that they've helped? They've helped save many different animals in different ecosystems, but the animals they've helped save are monkeys, things like elephants, rhinos, frogs, many diverse animals that are endangered. So why help the Nature Conservancy? And how can you help? We live in a beautiful world, and the Nature Conservancy is doing their best to help conserve that beauty and all the diversity found in the plants and animals. So how can you help? The main ways you can help are donating. So that's basically giving money, because money always helps to further the cause and help fund the goals of the Nature Conservancy. Also, you can spread awareness, so telling people about the Nature Conservancy and how they can help in volunteering and things like that. So, in conclusion, we live in a beautiful and diverse world, and we need to do our very best to try and protect that beauty. The Nature Conservancy is making progress every day in protecting the environment and the biodiverse world we live in. Thank you for listening.